just sitting there, you know.
Like, what did I do? Like,
Okay.
let me just say this, dog. Like, I'll beat this kid's ass, dog. I'll beat your ass. But Charlie, dog, one-on-one, I will beat you to a pulp. That's a fact, dog. Like, dog, people haven't understood the fact that I will say and do whatever the fuck I want, dog. It's been over a year of us doing this pod. I always come back here and I'll speak freely. I don't care who the fuck I'm offending. I don't care what group you have. I don't care what fan base you have.
Groupie?
I don't care what level of raps you are. If I'm not impressed with something, and it's been that way from the beginning until now, and it's never gonna change, dog. If you don't like the pod, don't fucking tune in.
Everything SA Music TV is a YouTube channel with over 18,000 subscribers. The channel is based on pop culture and South African music. They mainly focus on discussing South African hip-hop and amapiano, but they can discuss anything in pop culture which is relevant at the time. Another segment on the channel is the guest interviews. They interview guests, getting insider information and the perspective of the guest about music and the South African music industry. Esam's bread and butter is the Rhea and Blackstep podcast, which is released on a weekly basis, where they discuss everything SA music and what is trending online at the time. Rhea and Blackstep are the main hosts of the podcast, and NK is the third co-host. He is a ghost who facilitates the conversations on the podcast. What makes the Rhea and Blackstep podcast so good and different from other podcasts in South Africa is the dynamic between Rhea and Blackstep. Unlike most podcasts where the co-hosts complement each other and usually agree on most of the topics being discussed, Rhea and Blackstep usually have opposing views on most of the topics they discuss, and it's really interesting and entertaining to see them discuss and argue about topics they are passionate about. For example, Rhea believes the likes of DJ Maphorisa and Casper Nyovest are gods in the music industry for all they have achieved, while Blackstep looks at DJ Maphorisa and Casper with a very critical eye, critiquing their methods of getting to the top.
Dog, I'm talking saying the right now. I'm not arguing. I'm saying right now, everyone comes with the efforts.
Because now you're fighting.
No, you know what I've
efforts.
noticed? Like, he has a thing of like demonizing the biggest guys in the game.
Yeah, he does.
Because he feels like there's no way you get there by doing people
That's
right.
what I'm saying.
The biggest guys is like, he feels like, how did you get
I
there?
don't even have
It's impossible.
situation.
Like, you feel like it's impossible that a guy gets that big without rope
you're
and
telling-
tie.
Rhea usually speaks his mind and says things with his chest and with conviction, and Blackstep would usually check him with more logical and critical thinking. They always checking each other, especially when they're discussing a topic they are passionate about, and it's very entertaining to watch. When it comes to guest celebrity interviews or having guests on their podcast, Rhea and Blackstep focus on fleshing out the guests so the viewer can have a better understanding of the guest. Blackstep usually shines in the guest interviews, as he asks the guest a lot of questions regarding topics he and the fans would like to know.
So another thing I want to talk about when it comes to people talking about Pori, and I need to say this for you, especially because you feel the same way about Pori and you don't even know what you're talking about. I don't know why you feel so strong.
No, what?
No,
it's
let
not
me-
about feeling
let me-
strong. It's
let
more or
me
less
say what
just
I gotta
asking the
say.
right questions, things that don't make sense.
No, but you are convicted in how you feel about
Dog,
that
I've
man.
been convicted with KO. I've been convicted
And
with
you're
Casper,
wrong
I've
the
been
whole
convicted- But there is questions though. Think
Yes,
about it.
and the questions are valid.
Blackstep is not afraid to ask the guest difficult questions, even if those questions may cause a conflict of interest for the guest. He will ask the questions anyway, which is a great aspect of the interviews, and it makes them better and more authentic than traditional media and politically correct podcasts. Everything SA Hip Hop TV is a great YouTube channel, and they have built a solid audience in the last 2 years. If you enjoy an in-depth conversation about South African hip hop and amapiano, then this channel is for you.